When I say summer holiday, you probably think of something like this. But the summer holidays in Denmark can be quite different. When the Danish weather shows its fangs at the Western Sea, you can sit on the beach while getting sandblasted by the gale and stare into the dismal green abyss as the waves batter the beach. But the waves also deposit all sort of dead animals on the beach, including cuttlefish remains, which we can use for casting silver. I'm Oliver Christensen. Welcome to Shaping Silver. Now that we have the dead sepia cuttlefish, all we need is a bit of silver for casting and some sheet. While I'm a firm believer in stupid should hurt, I would like to add a warning here. Cutting and sanding the cuttlefish bone will produce dust, which in itself is dangerous for your lungs, but also sea creatures may contain heavy metals which can make you seriously ill. So wear a respirator and or work under a fume extractor or outside. I have included a link in the description to an article on the subject called My Beautiful Death. When the bones have been flattened to fit your piece, by rubbing them together or on a piece of sandpaper, look at the direction of the pattern. If you are using it as a decoration, you want the silver to run down into the structure. Then carve out the object you want to cast. If you already have a model, you can press it into the bone after you have removed the majority of the material, and it will leave an impression in the soft bone. Finally, cut a sprue to pour in the silver and channels to allow air caught inside the mold to escape. Carving air channels will increase your chances of a full cast. If your pattern extends into both sides of the bone, insert guide pegs to ensure a correct fit. If you want to know more about cuttlefish casting, I can recommend Tony DeLuca's book Cuttlefish Casting with Confidence, which describes the entire process from drawing your piece, carving the bone, casting complex items, to putting the final finish on your piece. The torpedo mechanism is called so because the backplate could resemble a torpedo. It's classical goldsmith work, sawing, piercing and filing. Unlike pre-made mechanisms, the torpedo allows you to decorate the mechanism to mirror or complement the front, and it gives a distinct handmade feel to the piece. A goldsmith I know taught me how to sweat solder the bridge to the mechanism. This is done by melting the solder onto the bridge and pickling it before soldering it to the mechanism. By using just enough solder, you can avoid having solder flowing all over the backplate and a lot of cleanup work, and very nice crisp edges to boot. As I solder the bridge onto the torpedo, I have the remainder of the button clamped by my third hand, and the steel draws the heat out of the silver and avoids desoldering the button.